I've been a part of the Boys and Girls Clubs movement for 24 years. I'm currently the president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis, and in fact, it's the only position that I've ever held in the movement. I've had the good fortune to be involved in a number of things with Boys and Girls Clubs. I've served on a couple of national conference planning committees. I've been involved with TAPDAC, the Career Assistance Network, Society of African American Professionals. I've served on 2 commissions for the national organization. I've served as secretary of the Area Council and been involved on the Regional President's Advisory Council. So when I started with the organization back in 1996, we had one club. It was the Herbert Hoover Boys Club, then the Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club of St. Louis. But our club site was also known as the Herbert Hoover Club. So when you talked about Herbert Hoover, you not only mentioned the name, but you also mentioned the destination, which I think is key when you talk to alumni and other people in the community. And once I got exposed to the movement, went to my first national conference, and I saw what was happening around the country, that people were making these experiences available to lots of kids in lots of places. And so once we realized that there were a lot of things that we could do and we developed the capacity to do it, we began to add other locations and even merge with other organizations to bring in those resources that we didn't have. So we went from one organization that opened its doors in 1967 to 9 now, and I think, for some, 9 may not seem like a lot, but in our market, and given that many of these other clubs still exist, that it's significant. And given where we've placed these locations, I think is key. Many people, I think, have heard about our work in Ferguson, and this past November, we opened up our Teen Center of Excellence, which is having a tremendous impact. And I think it's the way that we went in. We didn't sort of kick our way there. We waited for the dust to settle, talked to people to find out exactly what the needs were, met with young people to help to get an idea of what their concerns were and what they needed to have happen in order to sort of have their potential addressed. And then we went in with the right tools, with the right people, and with the right support to put something in place, I think, can certainly serve as a model for other communities, particularly those communities that have had or are still having the challenges like we've had in Ferguson. I guess the thing that I would like to share is that I love my work. I love what Boys and Girls Clubs represent. I love the fact that families rely on us to help them raise their children, if you will. I love the fact that there are partners, funders, other institutions that count us worthy, that they believe that we have the capability and the desire and the drive to deliver.